Hi guys, it's Nicole again with Move Fitness and Dance. I am here, it's Tuesday, and we're gonna have our Tuesday talk at the bar, the ballet bar. Today my bar is a little more dressed up, so I've got a little red for you with the red bows and everything. We just had the Christmas holidays. Some of you guys are still celebrating Hanukkah and other various holidays. Happy holidays to everybody. I wanted to chat with you about excuses today. So this has been on my mind for a long time. I've been telling a lot of people about writing a blog about this, and you know, it's gonna be quicker in a video. So, excuses, we all make them. I have many times been the queen of excuses, so I thought today I'd give you a few of them. We could laugh at them together, and then we can figure out ways to squash them so you can get back to working out, getting into your fitness goals, and getting ready for the new year. So excuses. I hear a lot of excuses, especially during the fall season. One of them that's really funny, I think, is the change of seasons. It's dark outside. And I always think, yeah, it's dark. It gets dark every day, and it gets dark every year. We go through the same thing every year. I know sometimes the daylight savings changes do screw with our emotions, and they make us feel kind of down and sometimes depressed or just tired because you see it get dark earlier, but that's an easy one to squash. You got to just remind yourself it gets dark every single day. You're not scared of the dark. We can still sweat in the dark. We can do anything in the dark. We just turn on the light. Another one is time. This is a legitimate excuse. A lot of us, it's hard for us to find time for ourselves, to prioritize ourselves, to work out and do the things that make us feel good when we have other priorities and obligations. Obviously, many people work. Different types of jobs will conflict with times of classes. For instance, studio classes like ours, a lot of times will not fit into your schedule, or only evening classes will, or weekend classes. So I say to that, if you're a 9-to-5er, start with 1 or 2 times that can fit into your schedule. Plan them in. Use our online scheduler to plan it into your schedule. Again, starting just once or twice, figuring out which ones fit in your schedule, and build from there. That way you don't get overwhelmed with the lack of time because of your day schedule. There are always options on nights or weekends. Also, a lot of us that face the time issue are parents. I have 2 kids. For some people that sounds like a lot. For some people that sounds like not very many. But I'm going to give you a perspective from my experience. So I, many times before I became a fitness instructor and a fitness professional, I would struggle with the time. And I have an awesome, loving, supportive husband that is also physically active. And he is always able to just, okay, I'm gonna go for half an hour or an hour and get my workout in, and I'm just going. He was really he was good at doing that, and he was able to do that. And I was always kind of jealous about that, thinking, you would just take off and do what you want to do, and I have such a hard time. Like, I want to plan out when I could go. I need like 2.5 hours by the time I get there and go to my class and do this, and I can only go to class on this Thursday at this time at 10:15 or whatever it was. I would plan that out. And then if I got to that time and something happened within like an hour, hour and a half of that time where I wanted to go, I was ready, planned on it in my head, got dressed, and one of my kids would melt down, or you know, something in the house would seem to be like the end of the world. And even if I had my husband there, so the kids were technically fine and taken care of, I would let that get into my head, and I would let that make me think, okay, this is all going downhill. This morning is just turning into a disaster. I'm getting all flustered. You know what? Never mind. I don't want to do this. It's not the way that I had planned on doing it. And I would make that as an excuse for myself. And then I would try to hijack my own time that I had planned for myself by convincing myself that it wasn't worth going anymore. Luckily, sometimes my husband would see that and tell me, nope, you said you're gonna go ahead, do your thing, we're fine. And I knew they were fine. Technically, they're fine, but in my head, I was just trying to be controlling, or also maybe convince myself for not working out because I didn't really feel like it, or it had to be a certain way. And I would, on the occasions where I wouldn't make that excuse take over, I would go, and even if I was flustered, I would think, oh gosh, this is not the morning I planned out. I would go and get to a class, and all of a sudden I'd feel that, okay, I'm here. I got to do what I wanted to do. I would get that sweat in, the endorphins would start flowing, my happy chemicals would be in my body would start feeling awesome, and then the class would end and I would be on cloud 9. I'd get home and then realize I was in such a better peaceful mode than I was when I left. The world didn't explode or implode. Everything was fine. I just needed to make sure that I had kicked that excuse out of my head so that I didn't hijack myself and tell myself, no, I don't have enough time, or the morning didn't go the way I thought it was going to be, and convince myself to not do something that was going to make me feel good. So that's a time thing. Even if you can't get to classes, if it's not the right day for you to be able to fit it into your schedule, go for a walk. Take your kids, throw them in the stroller, walk around Lake Murray. It's so pretty. I did that, and many years I would tell myself, oh, I couldn't. And then once I did, I just thought, oh, this is awesome. Out in nature, sometimes people would melt down, sometimes they wouldn't, but you know what? I was gonna do it. I was gonna get a half an hour or 45 minutes or hour, whatever I could do, get my time in. I felt good about it afterward, and the other stuff was still gonna be there. The house is still going to be there. The kids are still going to be there. The dishes are still going to be there. Things are still going to be there, but I at least could do something for myself that got me moving. So that was a great way to get around that. Squash the excuses in your head. Just get moving. Just get to class. And those of you that are waiting for the new year, it's in a week. So I hope you're starting to plan out and think about what excuses you have been making and how you're going to squash those so that next week you are ready to start and not postpone even further when you've been saying, okay, I'm going to do it at the new year. I'm going to do it for the new year. Really get on that and make sure that you recognize when you make excuses and put things in place of the things that would make you feel good, including your health and fitness. Thanks again for watching. See you guys later.